So I'm Ryan Long, and I am a large mammal ecologist, which means that I have the privilege of getting to work with some of the biggest land animals on this planet. Now, my research program is split pretty evenly between Western North America and Southern Africa, and in both places, the questions we ask in my lab typically revolve around why animals do the things that they do, and what the consequences of those decisions are for both wildlife populations and human populations. So in North America, a lot of my work is focused on the effects of nutrition and climate on large mammals. For example, we study bighorn sheep across multiple western states to better understand whether females, like this one, have access to the nutritional resources that they need to give birth to large, healthy lambs like this one. We're also interested in understanding what kinds of behavioral strategies animals like this female elk use to survive the extreme heat they experience in the southern Idaho desert during summer, and how those strategies are likely to change as the climate warms. Now, in Africa, we study all kinds of different species to address a variety of different questions. For example, how do herbivores like this amazing male kudu interact with predators, like this young male lion? And what are the consequences of those interactions for both populations? We've also studied how intense ivory poaching pressure drove the evolution of tusklessness in female elephants, like the one that you see here, as well as more practical questions like how to mitigate crop raiding behavior by elephants. Now, one of the best parts of my job by far is the field work. And for most projects in my lab, that starts with some form of helicopter-based capture operation. Now, whether it's fitting an animal with a GPS collar to track its movements, or using an ultrasound to measure its body fat during winter, almost everything we do in my lab is hands-on. Now, I'm lucky enough to get to do this kind of work every year in the US and in Africa. And to give you a small taste of what that looks like, this is a GoPro video of a female kudu that I darted in Africa for one of our projects a few years back. So it's not just me who gets to do this stuff, though. My entire research program revolves around students, and the opportunity to work with and mentor students was the reason I chose an academic career path in the first place. So everyone you see in these pictures, other than me, is a U of I student, and 3 of these students are actually U of I undergraduates. Now, students in my lab have published their work in the world's top journals, including Science and Nature, and they are changing the way that we think about and understand the world's large mammals. Large mammals play an incredibly important role both in maintaining natural ecosystems and in our lives as humans, but they're also at greater risk of extinction than any other group of animals. Large mammals are declining globally, and they face a host of challenges in the coming century, including a changing climate and increased pressure from human development. Now, those challenges aren't insurmountable, though, and our team will continue working hard to better understand these unique animals, to foster coexistence between large mammals and humans, and to produce actionable science to help conserve these amazing creatures for our children and for the generations that come after them. Thank you.